Hi everyone, my name is Piterpakulski. Today we will continue creating financial model of a pharmacy from scratch. Today we'll be talking about payroll. The peculiarity of payroll in this financial model is that it can have growing feature. We have some dynamics in the amount of people on each position. So for example, when we start operating activity of our pharmacy, we may have, for example, 2 people on one position. Then we can, for example, after 2 months of operating activity, we will have 5 people on this position. So we have to create some algorithm to have a dynamic inputs for the amount of people on each position right from the moment when we start operating activity. And all these inputs have to be linked to the moment when we start operating activity to avoid making a huge amount of mistakes. So we have to create an automatic algorithm for the payroll. So for example, here we start our operating activity in May 2021. We just set up when we start operating activity, for example, let it be July, for example. Then we have July, and these are the months when the number of months of operating activity. And for example, on the first month we have 2 people on each position. Then we have, for example, on the third month we start adding people because our business is growing, the revenue is growing, so we hire new people. And today we will create the algorithm for that. So if you find this video valuable, you may give us a like, subscribe our channel, share this video with your friends. Also, you can order financial model from scratch for your unique business idea or for your existing business. So to see the clear picture, we can also create a financial model for existing businesses. So let's talk about payroll. So the first table will be position. Then we set up salary. So here we just place the names of all of our positions. Let it be 10. And here we place the salary per person on each position. So this will be the inputs. So we will color these inputs with our specific color, blue. It goes with all our inputs. So this is the color of inputs. This is the input. This is the input. This is the input. So all cells which are inputs are marked with specific color. So we just go through the model. Later we will just hide all the lines with formulas and leave all the lines, or only the lines with inputs. So we just marked all our inputs with specific color. Then we have to create the algorithm for specification of dynamics people on each position. We already have the table. So here we will type dynamics of people on each position. So here replace all the names of positions. So this will be the input area. So at the beginning of operating activity, we may have just one person on each position. Then, for example, after 3 months, we will we'll have two persons on each position. Then, for example, we will have 3 people on each position. So we may adjust the amount of people so we can set up any amount of people, the dynamics. And after 12 months of operating activity, we'll have this amount of people on each position. So when we start, we have this amount of people. And if we, for example, change start in operating activity to November, for example,
2021, we will see how this moment displays to November.
We have November here. So we have November here. So what we will do now, we will just copy this table to calculate the payroll itself. So what we will do now, we'll just take the salaries and multiply it on the amount of people on each position. So now we have the payroll. And now it's time for us to place this payroll into the timeline to make it happen from the November 2021. So what we do, we just copy the timeline, So here we place all our positions. Now we will write a formula. If we will go to our chronology, this is this line that we've created earlier. So here we just count months of operating activity from 1 to 120. We have 10 years horizon in our financial model, and link this payroll, our payroll, to the number of months. So we will fix this line. Now we just adjust the number of months. Now we will link this payroll to the specific month of operating, number of month of operating activity. So now we can see how we linked all this payroll. We just press enter. Then we extrapolate this formula to the bottom of this table and to the right. So this is because it is a real cash flow. We will mark it with red color because it is an expense, and this expense goes to cash flow statement. And look what we have. We start our operating activity in November, then we have increase in payroll here, then we have increase in payroll here, and here, and so on. And for example, if we want just to correct the month, the starting point, for example, can be May 2021 instead of November. We just enter a new date of start of operating activity, and we see how our payroll is placed to the new moment when we start our business idea, our business. So we don't have to retype a huge amount of data. So we just can, for example, if the amount of people on this position is stable, we just do it like this, just go here and see, so it's stable. So on this position, for example, we'll have one person, then we have, for example, 5, and that's it. So here you can see how the values change, and we won't make hundreds of mistakes when we have to manually retype the payroll every time we create new scenario of operating activity, because we will be able to see accurately the real amount of financing which we need to start the business. The automatic algorithms are very important when we created cash flow statement, when we see the financial efficiency and we want to play with inputs. And each time we create new scenarios playing with inputs, we forget to retype some data, and here we make mistakes. To avoid these mistakes, it's better to create algorithms like this that I've shown you today, So I hope this video was valuable for you. You may give us a like, subscribe our channel, share this video with your friends. Also, you can order financial model from scratch for your business idea. So next video will be devoted to fixed costs. See you next videos. Thank you and bye.